Good morning to all of you. Today we are learning about a subject discrete mathematics. In discrete mathematics we are learning a topic valid and invalid argument. Now, first of all, definition of argument. In definition of argument there are sequence of statements. That means statement 1, statement 2 and statement 3. First statement 1 is called a premises. Second statement 2 is also called a premise, and statement 3 is called a conclusion. That means statement 1 and statement 2 are some statement which are premises. Suppose we assume that this is true, this is false, then we have some conclusion. What is a conclusion? Then here statement 3 is a conclusion. Here also write that statement 1 and 2 are called premises, statement 3 is called conclusion. Now, example of arguments. What is example? So first of all, it is raining or it is snowing. That means किसी जगह raining हो रही है, किसी जगह snowing हो रही है. If it is not snowing, therefore it is raining. So here you can show that first statement it is raining or it is snowing. It is a statement 1. Second statement is it is snowing. By these two statements, statement 1 and statement 2, we get some conclusion. Therefore it is raining. Therefore last statement is a conclusion. Therefore we can say that this is an example of argument, because here three statement, first statement, second statement are premises, and last statement 3 is a conclusion. Now second example is if x equal to 2 then x less than 5. This is statement 1. We are familiar about this statement. If x equal to 2 then it is always x less than 5 ही होगा. Second statement is x less than 5 and x is an even integer. यहाँ पे लिखा है x less than 5 and x is an integer. It is a second statement. Therefore the conclusion is x equal to 2. Here statement 1 is if x equal to 2 then x less than 5. Statement 2 is x less than 5 then x is an even integer. And last statement is a conclusion, statement 3, therefore x is equal to 2. You can see that if x equal to 2 then x less than 5. Statement 1. x less than 5, x is an even integer. x less than 5 है, that means वो 1, 2, 3, 4 चार वैल्यू को कंसिडर करता है. बट यहाँ पे दिया है x is an even integer. Therefore x less than 5 and x is an even integer. Therefore we have two options, 2 and 4. Therefore x equal to 2. Now form of a argument. If the premises and the conclusion are statement form instead of statements, then the resulting form is called argument form. That means premises and conclusion both are in the statement form, not in this question mark, not in the exclamatory statement. Statement की जगह वो statement form में होगा, then the resulting form is called the argument form. See here example. If P then Q, it is a statement 1. That means P की value Q पे depend करती है कि if P then Q. Second statement is Q. Therefore we have a conclusion Q. Now next topic is validity of argument form. Argument दो टाइप के होते हैं, first valid and invalid. First of all we learn about a valid argument. How we check the validity of argument? We say that argument form is valid means that for any substitution of statement variables, if the premises are true then the conclusion is also true. Means validity of argument depend on the premises and conclusion. If premises are true then conclusion are true. If premises are false then conclusion are false. Here both are statement, premises and conclusion are most important. The validity of argument depend on the premises and conclusion. Here it is say that if premises are true, the conclusion is also true. Then we say that argument is a valid argument. The example of previous slides is valid argument form. We discussed about the last example. Last example is if P then Q. That means ये statement 1, second statement 2, P. Both statement are called premises. Here premises are true if P then Q and P true. Then conclusion Q is also true. Therefore the example if P then Q, P Q is a valid argument. Now how we can check the validity of an argument form? First point, here there is some point. First point is construct truth table for the premises and the conclusion. अगर आपको चेक करना है कि कोई आर्गुमेंट वैलिड है या इनवैलिड है तो कैसे चेक करेंगे? तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी कंस्ट्रक्ट द ट्रूथ टेबल फॉर द अवर प्रीमाइसेस. सेकेंड इज ए फाइंड द रोज इन विच ऑल द प्रीमाइसेस आर ट्रू. आप ट्रूथ टेबल बनाएंगे, उसमें से कौन सी रो है जिसमें प्रीमाइसेस भी ट्रू है और कंक्लूजन भी ट्रू है. इट इज़ नोन एज ए क्रिटिकल रोज. देन थर्ड में दो पार्ट है, ए एंड बी. थर्ड इज ए इफ इन ईच क्रिटिकल रो द कंक्लूजन इज ट्रू. दैट मीन्स क्रिटिकल रो दो टाइप की होगी. फर्स्ट में कंक्लूजन ट्रू होगा, सेकेंड में कंक्लूजन फॉल्स होगा. तो फर्स्ट टाइप है ए इफ इन ईच क्रिटिकल रो द कंक्लूजन इज ट्रू, देन द आर्ग्यूमेंट फॉर्म इज वैलिड. इफ क्रिटिकल रो में कंक्लूजन ट्रू निकलता है तो आर्ग्यूमेंट इज कॉल्ड ए वैलिड आर्ग्यूमेंट. इफ देयर इज ए रो इन विच कंक्लूजन इज फॉल्स, मीन्स आपको दो टाइप की रो मिलेगी इन दी ट्रूथ टेबल. फर्स्ट रो होगी जिसमें आर्ग्यूमेंट वैलिड नहीं होगा, दैट मीन्स उसमें आपका जो कंक्लूजन होगा वो फॉल्स होगा, देन द आर्ग्यूमेंट फॉर्म इज इनवैलिड. एंड सेकेंड टाइप की रो होगी जिसमें आपका कंक्लूजन ट्रू होगा, देन इट इज कॉल्ड ए वैलिड आर्ग्यूमेंट. नाउ वी सी द एग्जांपल ऑफ वैलिड आर्ग्यूमेंट फॉर्म. सपोज वी हैव P और Q. if P then Q P, it is a one argument form. First statement is P or Q, second statement is if P then Q. Therefore first statement and second statement are premises of our truth table and conclusion is equal to P. First we make the truth table for this argument form. Here P Q, we know that what is the value of P equal to T T F F, value of Q is T F T F. Then value of P or Q become P or Q. That means it is true for everywhere, सिर्फ एफ एफ इज इक्वल टू एफ. देयरफॉर वी मेक टी टी इक्वल टू टी, टी एफ इक्वल टू टी, एफ टी इक्वल टू टी एंड एफ एफ इक्वल टू एफ. नाउ वी मेक द ट्रूथ टेबल फॉर इफ पी देन क्यू. दैट मीन्स इट इज अ ट्रूथ टेबल फॉर पी इम्प्लाइज क्यू. हियर वी गेट टी टी इक्वल टू टी, टी एफ इक्वल टू टी, एफ टी इक्वल टू टी एंड एफ एफ इक्वल टू ऑल्सो टी. नाउ अवर कंक्लूजन इज पी. कंक्लूजन इज ए when P or Q is true, if P then Q, then P become a true. This is a first critical row. It is given by red line. Second critical row जिसमें P false है, that means P और Q भी true है, if P then Q भी true है, but conclusion is a false. Here you can found two critical row. In first critical row P or Q is true, if P then Q is true, then P is true. That means premises are true and conclusion is true. Therefore the first critical row is a valid argument. In third row there is a P or Q is also true, if P then Q is also true, but P is a false. That means premises are true but conclusion is false. Therefore third row is a example of invalid argument. Now some form which is a valid argument, it is known as modus ponens law. If P then Q, then P therefore Q. First statement is if P then Q, second statement is P, therefore we get conclusion is a Q. अगर आपको किसी भी एग्जाम्पल में ये टाइप का फॉर्म दिखता है then it is always valid argument. Now second row is modus tollens. If P then Q, therefore not Q, therefore not P. Here two statement, if P then Q, second statement is not Q, therefore we get a conclusion not P. It is known as a rule of modus tollens. अगर ये दोनों टाइप के कोई आपको कहीं पे भी ट्रूथ टेबल में फॉर्म दिखते हैं then it is always a valid argument. Now other also a valid argument forms. First is a disjunctive addition. That means अगर कोई स्टेटमेंट P ट्रू है तो P और Q is always true. Because in the truth table of P or Q सिर्फ one false आता है. Now next law is conjunctive simplification. That means if P and Q true है then conclusion P is also true. Here only statement 1 is premises, statement 2 is a conclusion. Here also statement 1 is premises, statement 2 is a conclusion. Now disjunctive syllogism, it is also a one law. If P or Q is a true, not Q is a true, then P is always true. It is also a valid argument from. Then last hypothetical syllogism. P Q is a true, Q R is a true, then P R is a true. That means if P implies Q is a true, Q implies R is a true, then P implies R is a also true. We also learned it is in logical equivalence. Now if we have to prove the valid argument is a valid or not, then two types. First, proof by division in two cases. That means we have to give P or Q, then it is break into two parts. P implies R and Q implies R, therefore R. And second type of rules of contradiction. That means we have to given statement P, तो we assume that not P is a true. अगर not P true बन जाता है तो we have a contradiction, we get a contradiction, therefore main statement P is a true. This is a two types of proof by valid argument. Now next topic we have to learn about a quantifiers. What is a quantifiers? So first of all we learn about what is quantification. Express the extent to which a predict is true over a range of elements. It is a definition of quantification, but we have to learn about a quantifiers. तो first two types के quantifiers होते हैं, universal quantification and existence quantification. The universal quantification is a predict is a true for every element under consideration. That means अगर कोई statement है वो for all के लिए true है, then it is considered in a universal quantification. Second is a existential quantification. A predict is true for one or more element under consideration. That means कोई statement है वो सिर्फ किसी एक के लिए ट्रू है, किसी दो के लिए ट्रू है, बट फॉर ऑल के लिए ट्रू नहीं है, एक से ज़्यादा के लिए ट्रू हो सकता है. देन इट इज़ कंसिडरेबल इन एग्जिस्टेंट क्वांटिफिकेशन. अ डोमेन मस्ट बी स्पेसिफाइड. इन क्वांटिफिकेशन वी नीड द स्पेसिफिकेशन ऑफ ए डोमेन. नाउ फर्स्ट डेफिनेशन ऑफ द यूनिवर्सल क्वांटिफिकेशन ऑफ P of x is the statement. Here for the statement P of x we define the definition of a universal quantification. P of x for all value of x in the domain. The notation for all, it is a notation of universal quantifier. For all x px denote the universal quantification of P of x. Here is the called the universal quantifier. We read for all x px or for every x px an element for which P of x is false called a counter example of for all x P of x. Here in universal quantifier you can denote it is by for all x px, it is a counter example, or for every, it is two types of, you can say that for all x px or you can say that for every x px. Both are the example of universal quantifier. Now example of a universal quantifier. So first of all we have need one statement because P of x is more important and domain is more important in the quantifier. So let P of x be the statement x plus 1 greater than x. We have a statement x plus 1 greater than x. What is the truth value of the quantification x for all x px? Where is the domain consists of for all real numbers? Here solution is because P of x is true for all real number, the quantification is true. We have to given a statement x plus 1 greater than x. For all real number आप x में कुछ भी ऐड करते हो, x plus 1 become always greater than to x. Therefore our statement P of x is true for all real numbers. Therefore it is a for all x px. Here we can use a universal quantifier. Now a statement for all x px is false if and only if P of x is not always true where x is in the domain. One way to say that is to find a counter example to the statement for all x px. Second example is let Q of x be the quantification for all x qx where the domain consists of all real numbers. That means in your example you have to find a statement Q of x less than 2. What is the truth value of the quantification? आपको x लेस देन 2 स्टेटमेंट की ट्रूथ वैल्यू फाइंड करनी है. दैट मीन्स वो फॉर ऑल के लिए ट्रू है या तो फिर किसी एक के लिए या एक से ज़्यादा के लिए ट्रू है. द सॉल्यूशन ऑफ दिस स्टेटमेंट Q of x is not true for every real numbers because we can find in Q of x is false for x equal to 3. Our statement is a x less than 2. If we take x equal to 3, So this is a counter example for the statement for all x px this quantification is become false. Now for all x px is the same as the conjunction. That means अगर फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट p of x1 ट्रू है एंड सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट p of x2 ट्रू है एंड अप टू डेस p of xn ट्रू है, then you can find end of these two statement disjunction conjunction between these two statement conjunction between up to dash p of xn. Now second definition is the existential quantification of there exists p of x is the statement there exists an element x is in the domain such that p of x. We use the notation there exists x px for the existential quantification of p of x. Here is called the existential quantifier. That means in existential quantifier there exists an element. It is not for all या तो फिर for every. यहाँ पे आप किसी एक के लिए या एक से ज़्यादा के लिए स्टेटमेंट को ट्रू प्रूव कर सकते हो, बट फॉर ऑल के लिए नहीं. दिस इज अ मेन डिफरेंस बिटवीन एक्सिस्टेंशियल क्वांटिफायर एंड universal quantifier. Now the existential quantifier there exists x p of x is read as there is an x such that p of x. This is a or there is at least one x such that p of x, or you can say that for some x p of x. This is this is three readable statement for the there exists x p of x. First you can read it there is an x such that p of x. Second, there is at least one x such that px, or for some x p of x. Now if the domain is empty there is x q of x is become false because there can be no element in the domain for which q of x is true. The existential quantifier is the same as the disjunction. It is same as with p of x1 or p of x2 or up to dash or p of x. And in last session we discussed about a universal quantifier in which it is same as the p of x1 and p of x2 and up to dash and p of xn. This is a difference between both quantifier. Now what is difference between quantifiers? First it is found by this table. First statement for all x px, second is there exists x px. When it is true, for all x px become true, there is x p of x is true for every x. That means आपका जो स्टेटमेंट होगा अगर वो सारे for x belongs to in domain के लिए ट्रू है then it is true and it is true for all x px. Now there exists x px. That means अगर आपका स्टेटमेंट there is an x for which p of x is true. That means at least one element in the domain for which our statement p of x become true, then there is this x px become true. Now when it is false, there is an element x for which the statement x px is become false. That means for all के लिए कोई statement p of x true नहीं हो रहा है. That means at least one element in our domain for which p of x become false, then our for all x px become false. Now when there exists x px become false when p of x is false for every x. That means आपके डोमेन में कोई भी ऐसा एलिमेंट नहीं है जिसके लिए p of x ट्रू बने, then it is called a false existential quantifier. Now example, consider these statements. The first two are called premises and the third called the conclusion. The entire set is called an argument. Here there is an example of quantifier. First, all lions are fires. Second, some lions do not drink coffee. Some fires creatures do not drink coffee. Here we have three statements. First statement is all lions are fierce. Second, some lions do not drink coffee. Therefore, some fierce creatures do not drink coffee. We can convert this in the three statements. First, let p of x be x is a lion. We make in the statement form. P of x be our statement x is a lion. Q of x is fierce. R of x be the statement x drink coffee. We get three statements P of x, Q of x and R of x. Now we convert in the quantifier form. Then first all lions are fierce. Here the symbol all it is denote that it is true for all. Therefore we write is symbol for all x p of x, that implies q of x. That means all lions are fierce. That means for all x is a lion, therefore x is a fierce. Therefore all x p of x, that implies q of x. It is a mathematical form or a mathematical logical form of the statement all lions are fierce. Now second, some lions do not drink coffee. Some, this is a symbol for there exists. It is not for all lions true, but some lions are true. That means there exists some lion which is drink coffee. Therefore there exists x p of x and not r of x, do not drink coffee. That means it is a negation of statement r. That means there exists x p of x and not r of x. Now some fierce creatures do not drink coffee. Now our statement some, it is denote that there exists some fierce. That means we not existential quantifier. Therefore we take here there exists x fierce creatures. That means it is a q of x statement. Therefore we write there exists x q of x. Now do not drink coffee is the statement r of x. X drinks coffee, but do not drink coffee become negation of r of x. Therefore we write last statement as a there exists x q of x and negation of r of x. Thank you.